It's finally Friday.
It's Friday, Friday.
Thank God it's
All right, welcome back to the Friday Show. I'm Scott Jagow along with Ray Paulick. Thanks for joining us. Today, it's all about the Pegasus World Cup Invitational, finally taking place tomorrow at Gulfstream Park, 5:40 Eastern Time. Ray, as we get into this race, we've got the rematch with Arrogate and California Chrome. We've got a full field of 12. Where do you think things stand in terms of the big picture with this event?
From the standpoint of the big picture, we have the 2016 Horse of the Year facing off against the horse that was just named the world's best racehorse by Longines on a national telecast on a Saturday afternoon on network television, on NBC, not cable. So from the big picture, that's pretty darn good. Now it's a two-horse race with a few others thrown in that I think have a chance. From my perspective, getting those two horses back in the starting gate on national television is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that really makes this event a success in my book. If one of those had to scratch, you could look at it totally differently. But at least having that head-to-head matchup between the two top-rated racehorses in the world, you really, if for an inaugural event, you really couldn't ask for anything more. You know, maybe once we see it unfold, we can start asking for more, like getting some international competition that's serious, you know, from Europe, although the timing of the race is a little bad for that because the Europeans put their horses away during the winter. Maybe we could get a Japan horse or a serious contender from South Africa or South America next year. Maybe we can get more of those 3-year-olds flipping the calendar, you know, because we lost a lot of them to injuries this past season, you know, and we don't have a Songbird competing. Beholder is retired, so we're missing some of the potential of this race. You know, in the older division for the males just isn't that good, so the depth really isn't there. But thankfully, we do at least have those two clashing once again.
Yeah, go back and look at the Breeders' Cup Classic. There wasn't a lot of depth there either. You had these same two horses. Arrogate upsetting California Chrome. The third choice was Frosted at 8-1. The rest of the horses were close to 20-1 or higher. So really not a lot different. You know, I see this, you know, obviously it's a two-horse race, but I think we'll see an upset. You know, they reshuffled the deck at the post position draw by putting California Chrome, you know, out of the 12 hole where he's going to be marooned out there in a short run to the first turn, and Arrogate on the rail.
Yeah, so Arrogate has to deal with the rail problems, and California Chrome has to deal with history at Gulfstream Park because Mike Watchmaker at Daily Racing Forum pointed out that since they renovated the track in 2006, at 9 furlongs, the distance of this race, horses starting out of the 12 hole are 1 for 18. Now, that one horse was Big Brown. He was a pretty special horse, and you can see the difficulty, though, with that short run of getting around, and he goes to the lead. That was his strategy, and that worked out for him. I'm not sure if California Chrome is going to try to do that or not, but he certainly is the type of horse in terms of ability that could overcome this obstacle. But let's say there is an upset. Who do you like to do that?
Well, I think what complicates California Chrome is the fact that there are several speed horses inside of him who are going to make it very difficult to save ground. He's going to get packed wide, I think, the whole trip. I do see an upset. I think Shaman Ghost, owned by the creator of the Pegasus World Cup, Frank Stronach, will launch the upset for Jimmy Jerkins, who learned from the master at how to create an upset, his father, Alan Jerkins.
Well, how do you think that's going to go over if Frank Stronach wins the first Pegasus World Cup, the race that he created?
Well, hey, it was a level playing field. He put $1 million up just like anybody else that had a chance to. So if he wins it, more power to him.
Well, you know how good Todd Pletcher is at Gulfstream Park. What is he, 36% or something around that for this meet. He's got a couple of horses in here. I think the one with the best chance to upset is Neolithic, who's a 4-year-old, lightly raced. He's 2 for 2 at Gulfstream Park, which is obviously, as we've discussed, kind of a different configuration, favoring speed. He's got some tactical speed. So I think Neolithic is an interesting upset possibility. You know, but I think on paper, Arrowgate and California Chrome stand out, and we should have a fun race. But, you know, in addition to betting on the race, you can also try to pick the race, top 10 order of finish. Ray, you want to explain our contest?
Sure. Chelsea Hackbarth, our assistant news editor, came up with this contest. It's online. You can go to our Facebook page, or you can see it on PaulickReport.com. It's basically pick the top 10. We're not going to make you pick the top 12. That's too hard. Pick the top 10 order of finishes. I have a hard enough time picking one. But it's for a good cause. Horseware Ireland is donating a Rambo Duo thermal blanket that will go to the winners. The winners gets to choose which Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance accredited aftercare facility would receive this Rambo Duo thermal blanket from Horseware Ireland. So go online, play the game, show us how good you are at picking the top 10 in the Pegasus World Cup. You don't have to pick all 10. It's the person that has the most winners.
Yeah, this should be fun. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Friday Show. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.